next one is next Tuesday, and it's at Jasmine. She couldn't show up today, but she has the What Goes Around consignment shop, and I invited her as a guest today. But it's just going to be a bunch of shopping and networking, and I hadn't created the way to charge for this yet, because I want to feature your place. Let me come in. So we did one last month actually at Steve Grant's place at downtown historic Bedford. So we had a great time, whoever went to that. And then I started asking people I know, would you bring something? The theme was at Steve's was dessert and coffee. Would you bring a dessert? And that way I'm not paying for the food. I'm bringing the people, I'm not paying for the food. So it's just a little switch of thinking, and now I can go forward and say, I would like to charge you X dollars to bring people to your place. And everybody so far has been very open to that. Who knew? So again, in Power Circle, you learn a lot of different ways that you can monetize yourself, things that you weren't ever thinking before, and really just taking an idea, even like from Gordon to get to the CEU, that's fantastic. I think that's so smart. So I've been in Power Circle about 2.5 years. Every time I think, oh, do I need to belong to that? I come and I hear great information again, and I go, yeah, I got to stay in that Power Circle because it's so great. So the field trip for July 14th, and I'm going to pass a flyer for Power Circle, is to sign up to come to the Women Make a Difference luncheon and hear Tanya Vasayo. And then I'm going to pass a flyer also for the happy hour next Tuesday. So thanks, Ron, for letting me share about that. Really
and if you, we'll get these passed up. And if you could just really just talk. Like you mentioned, Women Make a Difference is not your core business. That's not where you make your money.
Right. Actually, I've been a Legal Shield rep for almost 19 years, and the whole idea of Women Make a Difference in the beginning was to get some visibility about Legal Shield. But I couldn't always just talk about that. So it's morphed into, all kinds of things. And really my passion of the last probably couple of years at least is to grow Women Make a Difference and have that organic. It kind of came by organically. I typically have about 60, 65 people attend a month. So you're going to meet people there, but you're also going to hear from a great speaker. And it just keeps going and going. I wouldn't, somebody asked me today, why don't you do one in Santa Fe? Yeah, if I could clone myself. I should have one in every city, right? So those are big ideas that I'm thinking of too, all because I'm coming to Power Circle and getting some of those great ideas.
Thanks, Val. Round of applause for that. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to speak a couple times at Val's group, and if you haven't been, and men are welcome too, by the way, it's not just women. And if you're a man, it's a great ratio, because there's about 4 of us over there, and the rest of you are all women. Sir?
No,
you can attest, right?
I am married, so I'm not going for that reason. No free business.
But I just think it's so smart what Val's been doing for so long. And anyone that's put on events in this town knows how hard it is to get a group of people to come to an event, especially consistently. She consistently has over 60 people, some months 80, 90, 100 people. Sorry.
So one's for the booze or all out. So if you want one for the booze next week, see Val.
See Val for the booze flyer. But it really is a testament to how good Val is at what she does to consistently have 60, 70, 80, 90 people coming to her event every single month. It's worth checking out. So Power Circle Field Trip next month, the 14th, is 3 days after the July 1st Power Circle event. Lead generation events. So there is a company in town which friends with the owners, great friends with the marketing rep. They are sponsors of the Soul. Also, they are our official team chiropractor. So whenever our players, our season is hot and heavy and it gets going real fast. This week we have 2 games. They just got done playing 2 games this last weekend. In soccer, that's a lot. These guys are running 10, 15, 20 miles during one game. These guys run a lot and need adjusted. So we have a team chiropractic partner, which is HealthQuest Chiropractic. This is their logo right here. They have got, I am amazed by the marketing system that they have. They do this fondue night out, and they go around town at all different events. And if you've been to lots of events, you've probably seen them somewhere. And they have this big bowl entered for a free fondue night out. They give away 2 or 3 of them per each one, and then they charge. They charge $15, I believe it is, to come to this thing. And as it shows, they dip into something different, discover the secrets doctors and nurses are using to stay healthy. They do these things. I thought, okay, they're doing this quarterly, right? And then I saw a couple of them, oh, they must be doing it monthly. Well, we went to lunch with them a couple weeks ago, and Lindsay, who's the marketing rep, and she's awesome at this, she's doing them weekly. Every single week, they're filling 35, 40 people over at Melting Pot. Now, most people are paying $15 because they want to go do fondue and have an experience. They get in there, they've already been pre-qualified, the information's been captured, their names, their emails, their phone numbers. They go in there, the docs give the talk, and then they talk about why they need to have a chiropractor in their life. And then they start signing them up. And out of that 45, 50, I don't know if they'll be sharing the numbers, so I won't say, they have a very good closing ratio of people that will come in and realize they need to see a chiropractor. And I just think that it's absolutely amazing what they're able to do week after week after week. So that's a great example of an event that can be used to generate leads, and this is a very, very successful one. I'll have her come in and present one month. We haven't had a chance to get her in here yet.
She's good.
She's really good, isn't she?
Yeah, big time.
Really good. Yeah. Mixers and social outings. So this one you can do with just about any type of business you can imagine. Who has done a mixer or social outing for their business? Cynthia, your hand went up first. Tell us about some of the mixers. I know you've got some really good ones involving wine.
Yes, that's true. A lot of people have gotten to know that I'm kind of a wine girl. And I have a server's license and pour for a wine company at all the festivals. And so
Black Mesa Winery, the official winery
Yes,
of the Albuquerque Soul.
exactly.
I just see this.
And so I have been having my seminars at Total Wine. And at the peril of not having enough time to book wine, you can actually use their back tasting room for free. And so you have to have a minimum of about 15 people, and they will come in and do a free 30-minute wine tasting for your event. It doesn't have to be a seminar. That's what I do. But then you can bring your own food in. You have to buy like soda and water from them. But I have no trouble filling those seminars, and probably some of it's the wine, but you know, kind of like the Health Quest thing. If our regional told us one time, if you get 1 or 2 clients out of every seminar that you do, and I do, then why aren't you doing more? And so one time we had, our company had just a tailgate thing at the Isotopes. And so we used somebody that was in this group, or Synergy, which Ron used to host also. And she did normally the Albuquerque pizza parties, if you guys know Jennifer Hartman. And so I said, well, can you do hot dogs and hamburgers? And it was really kind of an experience because everybody got to come and get their free hamburgers and hot dogs. And she did it for under about $10 per person. And the funny thing was that people constantly went up to her and said, where did you get these hamburgers? They're so good. She's like, I just got them at Costco. Like, you know. And so it was really a big group. We had almost 300 people there. And it's just a matter of everybody contacting their prospects. But I use mostly email and have no problem filling the room. And so the mixer of the wine tasting kind of loosens everybody up. You can only do the taste. You're not drinking glasses.
Last night they get them liquored up.
After you said that. But then they kind of get to know each other and share about the wines, and then during the seminar, they actually are more interactive and ask questions, and there's always a couple comedians in there, and I'll tell you later about the one I did that. Now, almost everybody that showed up was single, and so it was kind of interesting. When you're talking about families and financial planning, they're like, okay, well, what if Andy died? And I'm like, you guys, stop asking me those questions. So it's a lot of fun when you do something creative to kind of loosen them up and make it more
So you see how, you hear how much fun this is in your industry. Financial services is not exactly,
Yeah,
with
it's
respect,
like
the most
yeah.
glamorous industry, but Cynthia's really good at being able to
Say.
take She's
I
able
would
to.
joke that people would rather talk about sex than money, you know, and so it's kind of funny that yesterday I had a conversation. I kept trying to get the guy to tell me his information so I could get his paperwork done, and we ended up talking for 3 hours about how him and his wife met, and he used to do a singles radio show. It was on and on, and so, you know, it's just, I take time and get to know everybody and try to make it something light and fun, because in our industry, you're right, it's not exactly something everybody wants to hear about, but they need the information and they know they need the information.
I think that's not Larry. Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been approached by financial services people, again, no offense against anyone that's in the industry, but it could be not the most glamorous topic to sit down and talk about. Larry, I'm going to invite you up to the front of the room, please. The brains of the Albuquerque Soul, Larry Espinoza. There's a funny story how Larry and I met too. That probably don't have time to tell the whole thing, but we met on what was called the blind date. I was sharing with a friend of mine that I wanted to start a soccer team, and Larry was sharing with that same friend that he wanted to start a soccer team. And I went to go meet this friend for coffee, and we were introduced. That's why it's called the blind date. Whole bunch of other stuff behind the Soul too, but that's how it started. So mixers and social outings, we decided to do an event called Foot Golf about a year and a half ago. Larry, you want to talk about this?
It's funny. It's just what it sounds. It's foot golf, and people have the same reaction of kind of like, "What the hell is that?" But how many here have played regular golf? Okay, the same challenges that you face in regular golf, you face in foot golf. People that have never played before show up, have a great time. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna put it right there and clear the crap and be ready to go and go to the hole." And no, ball goes this way, ball goes that way, just like regular golf. Put a bunch of teams together, and our first outing was awesome. They told us, you won't get many people. We tried it. We got 34 people. Yeah. Said, okay, what did we do right? What did we do wrong? Again, we just started the process. So year passes, and we said, okay, let's do it again. A little more marketing lead time, a little more Facebook posts, a little more
Main sponsor.
yeah, main sponsors, everything like that. 108 people show up.